Welcome everybody. Today we have some new inks from a channel friend. Cool. This is really cool, guys. So this, I didn't pay for any of these. This is all a channel friend, channel sponsor. You know, we swap some things back and forth. And some of this is just out of the goodness of his heart, you know what I mean? These are specialty inks. So he actually had commissioned some inks a while back based off the theme of Batman. He knows that I like Batman. He's also a Batman fan, and I am a huge Batman fan. Perfect penmanship. So this is clearly a play on Catwoman with the purr there. So that will be cool. We'll take a look at that. We've got Riddle Me This green, which is nice for the Riddler. Some shimmer in there. And Jokes on You purple. Oh, this is going to be so cool. First, we're going to try Riddle Me This green. We'll let that dry. Next up, we are going to take a look at Jokes on You, the Joker ink. And I love that he went through the trouble to get a purple cap where all the other ones are blue. So, well played. I am pausing so I can clean that nib each time. Next up, we have Perfect Penmanship, the Catwoman tie-in. I think there was 3 hours. When that happens, I kind of rotate it till you find another pocket there. I'm going to come in at a higher angle to try and fix that. So Riddle Me This has this fantastic green shimmer to it. It's not as much of a shader, but there is still some shading to it. But when you see that kind of shimmer, it's subtle, but when it pops, it is really cool. I went to town on the Jokes on You, so that's kind of still drying, but you can see where it has dried over here. That is a gold sheen on top of a almost like a plum purple ink, and it does have some more shading as we go on too. Perfect Penmanship, the Catwoman tie-in, is a black that has, it looks like silver, looks like black with silver shimmer for Catwoman's Perfect Penmanship. Those are awesome inks. So now, being a huge Batman fan, I am going to give you some recommendations for reading if you are into the Riddler. Alright guys, if you haven't read Volume 5 Zero Year from Batman and the Snyder Run a while back, this is a wonderful Riddler story. Basically, the premise here is 0 year Batman before he has his kind of shtick together. You can always tell that because, and it took me a couple years of reading before I figured this out, but these purple gloves are indicative of an early Batman in those first few issues. And that's because the original first issue or so of Batman, they did have purple gloves, and then they quickly moved over to, blue gloves. But if you see anything with him in these purple gloves, that's basically what it means, is it's like super early Batman. Anyway, Riddler totally takes over the entire city, forces kind of everybody into his trap. Basically, like, the city is completely gone. Like, it's grown over with, trees and stuff like that. Batman's really stripped bare of everything he even started to have. But this is an awesome, awesome Riddler book. So if you haven't read that, definitely recommend. Now, if you are more into the Joker, first off, Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo, Joker. This is a wonderful book. Lee Bermejo is one of my favorite artists, and I met Brian Azzarello. I love the kind of real flavor that kind of comes through with this artwork. It's much more visceral. It really kind of cuts to you more than kind of the more cartoony art. Like, look at that up there, like the detail. This is like a scene out of Goodfellas or something. Now, Bermejo has other books that are equally as amazing in the art department, if not more. This one's a little bit more monochromatic. And if you're into his art, definitely check out his other books. Oh, this is a great, insane scene. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but basically the premise here is the Joker is coming back from nothing and rebuilding his empire. And this is very much like a chaos agent type Heath Ledger Joker that was, you know, this was written, oh geez, probably, I'll look it up. But this was not recent, this was, you know, an older book. But this, if you're into the Joker, definitely check this out. I want to say this was Black Label too, because this has some off-the-shelf violence in there too, so. If you're into the darker Joker, this is my favorite. Check it out. I say the darker Joker, but this is a really dark Joker too. This one, if you have not read Batman Death of the Family, again in that Snyder run, an epic run from, I don't know, probably 15 years ago now. People are probably going to kill me in the comments because I don't know. But this is a great run, part of the serialized Batman. So this is all in canon too, which is great. And basically, Joker hunts down everybody in the Bat family. And in this one, he actually has his face removed and stapled back on. So it's a very hideous, very kind of horror-esque Joker. And I'm not going to spoil the ending, but Joker really, really hits home and gets everyone in the family. And there's a great scene at the end where they're all just trapped in the Batcave from Joker, and then it really comes down to Batman and Joker. So this is an amazing book as well. So if you're into the Joker, definitely check these out. Even this cover is insane. Look at that. Next up, perfect penmanship. If you're looking for a Catwoman read, I would recommend Batman, Bat and the Cat, 80 Years of Romance. This is really like a selected comic journey all the way back when, you know, Batman originated, her first appearance, and then going through to different eras and giving you really choice kind of slivers of the Catwoman Batman mythos. And it's really cool because it just brings you, you know, all throughout Batman's history and shows you how well they're intertwined. The next recommendation for Catwoman, if you're not into the oldies and the classics, as the previous one had, this is a more contemporary take, and it really shows you, this was a brilliant run here. So this almost goes through an aging Catwoman, and you get to see her from the future and how she interacts with people. And you actually see how she kind of follows Batman and influences him kind of from the shadows throughout some parts of her life. But this is a really cool... again, it goes through all different eras as she's remembering things from her past with Batman, which is really neat, but this is obviously all more contemporarily written. This is a really cool take on her, and there's some great scenes with Penguin in here, Joker. You see, you know, pretty much the whole rigmarole of all the Batman villains. All right, there you have it. Perfect penmanship for the Catwoman tie-in and some Batman Catwoman recommendations there. Joke's on you with my top 2 Joker recommendations. And finally, riddle me this with my Riddler recommendation. And I'm going to leave you with some amazing Bermejo art as Joker and his henchmen are walking away from an explosion. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we will show you more inks and cool stuff in the future. Stay tuned.